Hi everyone, Veronica here, and I'm back in the Daily Kitchen today. I'm going to be sharing with you how to prepare some really easy and delicious alkalinizing herb and spice blends. These blends are made with a variety of super alkalinizing foods and are great for use in a variety of dishes. So let's get started. Alright, so the equipment that you're going to need are the herbs and spices. You're going to need some jars or containers. I'm going to use these ball glass mason jars. This is a funnel that helps get everything into the jar really easily. And you're also going to need like a tablespoon measure and maybe a quarter cup measure, or just basically something to measure everything with. And the alkalinizing herbs and spices that we'll be using today are dill weed, ground paprika, whole tarragon leaves, ground cumin, thyme leaves, basil leaves, parsley, and then I'm also going to be using some onion powder and some whole oregano leaves, some chili powder, some garlic powder, some cinnamon powder, and some ginger powder. And I'm also going to be using my Brother label maker. This is just going to help me label these jars so that I don't get them confused. And I'll share some links in the description below of where you can find some of these organic herbs and spices on Amazon. All right, so let's get started. We're going to be making a few of these herb and spice blends. Okay, the first one is going to be called garden herbs, and the reason for this one is I wanted to pack in a lot of parsley and basil. These are two of the most alkalinizing foods, really. In the dried format, for some reason they just rank really high on the alkalinizing food list. So I wanted to get them into the jar so that I can be using them often while I'm cooking. So I'm just going to take 2 jars of basil and parsley and dump them into the container. My goal is to consume these herbs and spices a lot, so I'm just going to use them generously in this container. Then some other really alkalinizing herbs are dill. So this is I'm just going to eyeball this kind of. Dill is pretty strong, so I don't want to do too much flavor of dill, but I do want to get some dill in there. And then another one that's also pretty strong is tarragon. This is just a really aromatic flavor. A lot of these are actually found in ranch dressing, so you can kind of imagine what the flavor of ranch dressing tastes like, and that's what these herbs taste like. Okay, and I don't have them, but if I had chives and celery, I would add those in here too. I'm just going to put the lid on and give this a shake so that this can get nicely, evenly distributed in the jar. And that's all you do. And then when I'm cooking, I just take a scoop of this mix and add it. This would be really good with potatoes. I'm also maybe gonna sprinkle this onto some of my dough for breads. You can add this onto salads. You could blend this up and make this into a ranch dressing. Yeah, but that's basically the garden herb blend. And you can put whatever ratio of each herb that you prefer, but like I said, my goal is to get a lot of the parsley and a lot of the basil into my diet, so that's why I did that one. Let's just do a quick print of this so I don't forget it. Okay. Garden herb. Okay, the next one that we're going to do is going to be Italian herbs. So this is just another opportunity to get some basil and parsley into my diet, but I'm also going to be including the oregano, which is a very Italian kind of flavored herb. So the combination of parsley, basil, and oregano will be great for Italian dishes, for pizzas, for breads. Oregano is oftentimes found in tomato sauce, so I could put this mixture into tomato sauce. And oregano is pretty good. So I'm just gonna put as much as I can fit in there. That might have been a little too much. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to shake it. Okay, so Italian herbs. If I had rosemary, I would add rosemary in here, but I don't have it right now, and that's okay because when I do get some, I could just add it into the jar or add it as I'm cooking as well. Okay, so there is Italian herbs. Let's print one. Okay, what's the next one we're gonna do? We're gonna do a Mexican blend. This is going to be, I don't have all the ingredients right now, but if I did, I would put cilantro in here because cilantro is another one of those super alkalinizing ingredients, especially when it's dried. So I don't have that, but I'm just gonna go with it because I could always add cilantro as I'm cooking. So then I'm gonna do cilantro, oregano, and paprika. That's another alkalinizing herb. So I'm choosing to not do the smoked paprika because I don't really know if that plays a difference. So I don't want to go overboard with the smoky flavor. So I'm just doing regular paprika. I'm going to pour a pretty generous amount in there. And then I was going to use some chili powder for that. This chili powder contains chili pepper, and I know pasilla chilies are really alkalinizing, and I'm guessing that this chili pepper is as well. This also has cumin and oregano and garlic and a little bit of salt. So the cumin and oregano are the other alkalinizing herbs that are in this, so that's even more bonus. Okay, this is pretty spicy though, so I don't want to go too crazy with it, so I'm just gonna do maybe 1.5 tablespoons because I could always add more, but you can't take away. Okay, and then I'm going to add cumin. This is another really great alkalinizing herb that's found oftentimes in Mexican cooking. So I'm going to add this into my Mexican blend. I like the flavor of cumin, so I'm going to kind of be pretty ample there. Okay, and maybe we will also add a little bit of onion powder for flavor, and some garlic powder. This will be a pretty flavorful blend right here. Now, I'm not adding any salt because I can always add salt to my dish, but I want to be able to use these really liberally while I'm cooking, and I don't want to over salt my food, so I'm just going to do salt as I'm cooking. Okay, and there's my Mexican blend of alkalinizing herbs. I'll just print a little label. And I'll be trying to do some recipes using these blends so that you can kind of get a further idea of how I'm going to be using them. So stay tuned for those. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want more videos or alkalinizing plant-based recipes. Okay, now I wanted to do a Indian blend because I like making Indian flavored food, and oh, I totally forgot to show you. This is turmeric. This is another alkalinizing herb. Sorry, but we're gonna add that in here. This gets really messy. It can really stain your clothes, so just be careful with that one. But my basic blend for Indian cooking, I do use some other really specific Indian herbs and spices, but I'm not going to put them in here today because they're pretty pungent, so we're just going to go with the basic ones. This also saves a lot of time while you're cooking, not having to scoop, each herb and spice every single time. Okay, so I'm just going to do about 3/4 of a cup of turmeric because this is pretty potent. Let's see. And then other herbs and spices that are often found in Indian cooking is ginger. So this one usually is in almost equal proportion in recipes to the turmeric. So we'll just try and eyeball the same amount. Ooh. Try and get it all into the jar. So let's see. Turmeric, ginger, another item that's oftentimes in Indian cooking is cumin. So that's cumin. I have some more jars of cumin here. Usually that's pretty similar ratio as well. Okay, and then if I had cilantro and coriander, I would also add them in here, but I don't have that today, so we'll just stick with the turmeric, cumin, and coriander blend for the Indian spice. And then while I'm cooking, that just saves me a lot of time and effort in scooping each individual one. And making these herb blends just incentivizes me to use them up. So that's why I'm really doing this. Okay, Indian. Okay, and we're going to do one more right here. It's going to also use turmeric and ginger, but this is going to be like a warming blend, and this is what I'm going to use with tea or hot milk. It's going to have turmeric, ginger, and cinnamon. So we'll go ahead and we'll do our, let's put our funnel back in. We'll do our 3/4 of a cup. Or actually, no, this isn't 3/4 of a cup. This is a 1/4 cup and a 1/2 cup. So about a 1/3 cup. Sorry, I said the wrong thing earlier. We're just trying to put equal portions in here. Okay, turmeric, ginger, and then cinnamon. And this stuff is pretty powdery, so be careful you don't inhale it like I'm kind of inhaling it right now. Okay, this is going to be really good with tea. This is sort of like a golden milk tea. It's got turmeric, ginger, cinnamon. It's really good with coconut milk or soy milk. I just want to be really liberal with these because I really want to get these into my diet. So however much you want to put in there, whatever flavoring you like. I did about equal portions of cinnamon, ginger, and turmeric for that one. All right, and then just shake it up. Okay, and that one is called warming herbs because those are just really warming spices. We'll call it warming spices. All right, and that's it. Thanks for joining me for today's video. I hope you enjoyed making all of these amazing alkalinizing herbs and spices. I hope that this inspired you to make your own herbs and spices, and I will be sharing in the links below where you can purchase some of these preferred organic herbs and spices on Amazon. So I hope you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!